Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Gossip. Sorry, Mrs. Sleuth is just whispering gossip in the background, and you can see in the thumbnail, I've clearly gone with something fairly trippy there, where there's a tree with a bunch of leaves that look like lips, and they're gossiping to Sleuth. And Sleuth is looking a little bit mystified and almost as if he's falling in love with the tree. I don't know, it's a very trippy thumbnail. Now, today's puzzle, when you actually take a look at it, you'll understand why I went with the idea of a tree, because it seems like there's almost like trees all over the place. And it's actually the first puzzle I am playing from Ul-Rhymm. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that handle name correctly. So looking forward to this. It looks quite intriguing, actually, and very colorful as well. Anyhow, you don't need to see a description from me. You should just see the actual puzzle with Gossip by Ul-Rhymm and the following set of rules. You can see kind of that reference I was making almost to like a tree there. Following rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Nothing unusual there. Then we have, of course, Renbans and German whispers. And of course, sorry, I'm just double checking the grid, they're all 2 cells long. So this is quite an unusual puzzle. Let's start with the Renban. If this is a 2, essentially pink lines contain a set of consecutive digits in any order. You almost treat them like white Kropke dots. This would have to be 1 or 3 so that it is consecutive. German whispers, as you well know, consecutive digits along green lines have a difference of at least 5. So if this is a 2, this would have to be 7, 8, or 9, and it repeats. Repeats in the sense that this is now a Renban, and therefore this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. So we're in for a bit of a treat, I think, today. 97% rating on Logic Masters Germany. So it's really going to be a fun puzzle. Really looking forward to this. As always, if you want to play along, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock, see how I get on. So I'm just observing to see where I want to start. And I'm actually tempted to start in box 9. I mean, the fact that the 4 is given is causing me to pay attention to that. So let's do a bit of coloring. So if this is blue, blue for low, 1, 2, 3, 4, red will be for high. I'm going to use other colors for things I don't know. Problem is that can be a 5. So this cell here is clearly a low or a high digit. So I'm going to go, it's purple. This cell has to be the opposite polarity. Essentially 5 or more away means that this is going to be orange. This cell, therefore, has to be orange. Not very helpful. These 2 cells are the same polarity. This is going to be purple. No, yeah, it is bouncing across, so that's purple. That's not on a German whisper line, we don't know. Yeah, this could be purple or orange. This is not as helpful as I was hoping. What am I going to do here? So I'm going to use a bunch of different sets in all likelihood, because I don't know if this is low or high, same as whether I don't know whether this is low or high. What I'm tempted to do for now is start yet another set, green. I know that these 2 are the same because they can't be 5s on a German whisper line and they're on a Renban. And these are going to be yellows. This cell here, because it's on a Renban, has to be yellow. This cell here has to be green. So on a Renban, but not on a German whisper line, that could be green. I'm going to start adding this gray for possible 5s. So that's purple with a possible 5. I guess, yeah, purple with a possible 5. Not as helpful here. The fact that I have 3 yellows, though, should be helping me. Really should be. Let's have a think about this. I am going to start yet another color. So we're basically down to, wow, gray and black. Then an opposite color, gray. Then, no, hang on, sorry, excuse me. It's a Renban, so it's the same polarity. Then bouncing back to a different polarity. Then same polarity. Then opposite polarity. Then same polarity. Then opposite polarity. And this is 3 of the same again. We're running out of color combinations. I'm half tempted temporarily to use red and blue in box 5, and hopefully we can start to actually think something useful. So forget blue and red being indicative of what they are. I'm just going to use blue, opposite color, red, red, coming back, it's blue, it's a Renban, it's got to be blue. There you go, that's what I wanted. So 3 cells of the same color, there's no way that they are this light gray. So blue has to be the darker gray, the black. Red has to be this color. We now have 4 of this color. So all of the remaining ones are light gray or 5. And the only cell that can be a 5, come on, Sleuth, that is in here. That's a 5. Therefore, that can't be a 5. That makes that purple. These 2 cells are this color. This is now opposite. That's black. That's black. That's dark gray. That's a Renban, but not a German whisper line. So just keep remembering these could be 5s. Similar Renban, but not a German whisper, can be a 5. Got 1 of each, which means yellow is done. 5 can't be here. Obviously, it's in the column. So this cell is either... So all of these essentially are green. This one is definitely green. This is green or 5. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4 plus. Yeah. Huh. No, again, because this could be 5. I was about to say that green is definitely not purple, but because this could be 5, it can actually be purple, and we end up with 4 of them. So I don't actually know. We're going to continue with what we were doing. All right, hang on. Black can't be purple because I've already got 3 and 2 of these. So these are incredibly, in fact, I'm just going to double check, just double click the purple. Is that what I want to do? No. I'm going to say this is purple. This is orange. Thank you. It's a bit easier to see. So we've got 3 oranges. Still don't know what green is. No, we do. If green was orange, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4 oranges. But then, apparently, I have an orange or 5. Even if one of them is a 5, I still end up with 5 oranges. So green cannot be orange. Green has to be purple. And yellow has to be orange. Lovely. Still not enough. These 2 have to be the same polarity or a 5. Now, I've only got 2 purples. Best case scenario 3. So there's definitely a purple in here. And purple can never jump across to an orange without going through a 5. So these 2 cells, these 2 red cell Renbans, are always either a 5 and 1 color or just 1 color. So these essentially is what I'm saying is they are purple gray. I could have a 5 in here. I could have a 5 in here. In fact, I'm almost certain I have to have a 5 because I need to have 4 oranges. And again, for the reason I described earlier, that can't contain an orange. So that means that's not a 5. These are my 4 oranges. One of these, 2, is a 5. It can't be on the Renban. And therefore this is orange. And this is on a German whisper line, so that is orange. And then this is purple. Now, I've got 1, 2, 3. I need a 4th orange. That's got to be orange as well. Means in row 8, whereas my 5 can only be in this cell. So that's not purple. That is a 5. Then I have essentially 1 of each in here. 5 on a Renban. I mean, like, I don't know why I've ignored it for so long. That has to be 6 or 4, and this is not a 4. We have our polarity. So purple is high. orange is blue, this is blue, this is 6, this is 9, senior moment there, this is 1, this is 2 or 3, this is 7, 8 or 9, it can't be a 6 next to 2 or 3, and this is 6, 7, 8 or 9, lovely. These are, well, they're just 7, 8, 9, and then there's another 2, 3 with 7, 8, 9, not very useful. Let's move on. One of these, remember, is a 5. If that's 5, that would be 6, that would be 1, that would be 2, that would be 7, 8 or 9, it's fine. I'm going to move on and just think about what else is there. 5, of course, going to a low digit, that's got to be a 4, that's got to be a 9, that's got to be an 8, and this is 1, 2, 3. This is a high digit, which can include a 6. These are 2 low digits, sorry, 2 high digits that are not 9. Technically, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can include a 1 in here. Has to have a 7 to be connected on this Renban. One of them has to be odd, one of them has to be even. 6 and 8 will connect to the 7. Means that these can actually be 1, 2, 3. And technically I can get away with 1 and 3, can't I? No. Yes. I could have 8 and 7 and then 1 and 3, so I don't have to have a 2 in here. This is a low digit, this is 1, 2 or 3 again. And this is a high digit that is not an 8. In fact, for these two cells to be connected, they have to be 6, 7, given they are on a Renban, and I have an 8 blocking them from the 9. So that is 6, 7, that 6 gives me 6, 7, that forces this to be a 1, that forces this to be a 2, that's not a 2. The 2 in here removes the 6 option from there, and in fact the 1 removes the 1 option from there, which means that's not a 6 either. 2, 3, yeah, it could be anything really, doesn't matter. If, yeah, that can actually still be a 6 as well, because in fact it is a 6. I'm gone, no. I could put a 6 and a 1 there, so no, it's not definitely a 6. But 8, 6 and 7 tells me that's definitely a 9. And therefore, remember the 7 has to be here, this is 6 or 8. And therefore this is 1, 2 or 3, it can't be a 4 since it can't be a 9 in here. Now, this still can be a 5, a 6, a 1, so I haven't actually necessarily resolved this one. This 9 removes a 9 from here. This can still be an 8. In fact, all of these are still options, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not helpful. Interestingly, I have 1, 2, 3 triple. That's a 4. The last high digits, therefore that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 1. Leaves the dream of a 6 in here still open. That's a 3. That still can be a 7. That 3 removes both the 6 and the 7. That's an 8. That's a 7. And this is not a 7. These cells are both high. Just we've done everything else in the row. Therefore, these two are low on a Renban, but not on a German whisper line. So this could actually be a 5 on a Renban, but on a German whisper line. So that is low. That is high. That is high, that is low or 5. 2 and 3 means that this is 1 or 4. It is not a 1. That is a 4. That can't be, well, yeah, it can be a 5. I could do 5, 4, 9. Yeah, never mind. 4 in here means that's got to be the 3 on the Renban. That's the 2. Leaves that possibility of a 7 still. 7, 8, 9. Remember, this is a Renban. Without the 6, this was never going to be a 5. And without the 6, it must contain an 8, because essentially it's 7, 8, 9. Definite 8 to connect them both. No 8 in here. Because this is the odd digit, that has to be the even digit. That has to be an 8. And this is not 1. Of course, not 4 next to the 8 anyway. That's 2 or 3. And technically, I could do 1. I could do 1 and 2 in here. This is not the 1, that is the 1, never mind. That is a 2 or 3. 2, 3 pair, still can be the 3 here with a 9 and then a 2. So 1 in here, oh, in fact, these cells, 6, 7, 8, that is definitely a 9, that is definitely an 8. That is not a 5, that is a 5. I mean, I knew that once I Don't know why it took me so long, it doesn't matter. Don't know what this is. I know that there's a 5 up here. In fact, the 8 gave me a 6. So either this is a 1, possible, and that would be 2. And then this would be, well, it's not high. 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all gone. That is low, making this high, making, well, this could be high or 5, so ignore that. If this is high, it's not 6, 8, or 9, it's definitely 7, which means that can't be 5. That is definitely a high digit. That is 1 or 2, and it's not 1 to be next to the 7. That is 2. That can't be 1. It's already placed. That's a 3. This now can still be a 1. In fact, this is just a 1-5 pair. If it's 1, that's 2. If it's 5, that's 4. That's also a 2-4 pair down here. Interestingly, no 1s. So on the Renban, I have a 1-2 pair, which will give me 4, 3, and 2. And therefore, this has to be a 2, which would make this a 1, not a 5. That is the 5. If I can type. And this is a 4-6 pair. These two cells, they're high digits. They are, I mean, admittedly, this cell could actually be a 6. And yes, this can be a 1. This is a Renban, and it's not 8. That is the 6, so never mind. That is not a 6. That is 7, 8, or 9, but it's not an 8 in the neighboring digit, as well as obviously the fact that we placed the 8 in here. This is a 5-6 pair. We know what these are surely now. No, we've got another 7, 9, and a 3. We know that the 3 is in here. That's the 7 or 9. We can color these. Still haven't placed the 5. Hang on. Renban, 7 means that's the 8-9 pair. That means that's a 6, that's a 7. This is next to the 4, so that has to be a 9. I need an 8 in this box, which can only be in here because of Sudoku. This is a 1-5 pair. That's a high digit. One of these, in fact, definitely this cell, because I've already placed all the high digits, is a 5, and therefore this is low, and it's 3, 4, because we've already placed 1 and 2. 3 and 4, yeah, 8 and 9. This is a 2, and this is a 6, presumably. Just to complete the row, that means this is a 7, because we've got an 8-9 pair in here. That 7 gives me the 9, the 7, the 9. The 3 could have given me the 9 a while ago if I paid attention. That's an 8. That's a Renban, not resolved. 8 gives me 1 or 3 in here. In fact, it gives me 3 because that's the 1, that's the 3. That's a 2. Still leaves 7, 8, 9 available. And I have a triple of 7, 8, 9. 3 gave me 4 and 3, which still leaves the 8 and 9 option open, and the 2 places no pressure. So 7, 8, 9. This can only be 5, 6 just to complete the column. This is a 6, we know that. If this is 5, well, it's not 6, it would have to be 4. If it's 1, it's 2, which it can't be. So that's 5, that's 4, that's 9, that's 1. You're going to have to ignore the fact that I am taking the time to color everything. It helps. This is low or high. So if it's high, it's 6, which would require a 1, which it isn't. So that has to be low, and it's 1. This has to be a high digit, and it's not 6, 8, or 9. It is a 7. This is a Renban, and it's not 6, it's an 8. We're very nearly done with the puzzle. 3s are not here, 3 is not there. That's 3. I need a 2, which is neither of these. That's 2. I need a 5 and a 6 to finish up, which is 4, 6. 6 gives me 5 and 6 and 5. I'll color later. 9 gives me the 7. It doesn't give me a resolution in here. Actually, the 9 across does. So that's 8, that's 7, that's 9, that's 8. In here I need a 1, a 4, and if I've not made any mistakes, a 9 for the finish. That's a beautiful puzzle. Really, really enjoyable. I think as long as you're a little bit flexible about kind of the colors to start, you're going to be okay. And for a change, I took a higher rated puzzle. This is 2 stars apparently. and apparently made it look easy. Feels a lot better than when I take some of the 1-star difficulty puzzles and make them look hard. So that makes a bit of a change from some of my recent solves. There you go. That's everything colored, I believe. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle in the video. Fairly quick one. See you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.